I've never been scared of much, spiders, heights, even that time I got jumped in a parking lot at 2 a.m. But this was terror that hit me like a freight train and left me shaking. Picture it, me, standing on my porch, my little girl Lily gasping in my arms, her lips turning blue, and an ambulance, just sitting there, lights flashing, stuck because of her. Karen. That nightmare of a woman who lives 3 houses down. She's out there, arms thrown wide like some lunatic traffic cop, blocking the damn ambulance from getting to my kid. It all started that morning, way too early. Lily woke me up, tugging my arm, her voice tiny and scared. "Daddy, I can't breathe right." She's got asthma, bad enough we've got inhalers stashed everywhere, but this wasn't normal. Her chest was heaving, this awful wheeze ripping out of her, and her eyes were huge, panicked. I grabbed the inhaler off the nightstand, gave her 2 puffs, but it didn't do jack. She was getting worse, fast. I could see it in her face, the way her skin went pale, her lips tinting wrong. My gut twisted. I snatched my phone, dialed 911, barking, 8-year-old, asthma attack, 14 Maple Drive, hurry, while I scooped her up and held her tight. "Stay with me, baby," I said, trying to keep my voice steady as I ran her to the living room. She was so light, trembling like a leaf, her nails digging into my arm. The lady on the phone said help was coming, maybe 5 minutes out. I kicked the front door open, stood there waiting, counting every damn second. Then I heard it, the siren, loud and close, cutting through the quiet. I thought, thank God, she's gonna be okay. That's when Karen showed up. She's that neighbor, you know the type. Always got a problem, always in your face. She's bitched about my grass being too long, the kids riding bikes too loud, even my dog taking a leak on her precious hydrangeas. But this was next-level crazy. The ambulance comes flying around the corner, tires squealing, and I'm waving like a lunatic, Lily slipping in my grip. Then Karen storms out of her driveway, neon green yoga pants and all, looking like she's about to start a riot. She plants herself right in the middle of the street, arms out, screaming, "Stop!" The driver slams the brakes, the ambulance skidding to a halt maybe 3 feet from her. I'm standing there, jaw on the floor, thinking, what the hell is she doing? The paramedics, big guy in the driver's seat, smaller woman next to him, stick their heads out, yelling, "Ma'am, move! We've got a kid in trouble." Karen doesn't flinch. She crosses her arms, chin up like she owns the road. "This is a quiet street," she hollers. "Your stupid siren woke me up at 6 in the morning. I'm done with this crap. I'm calling it in. I'm losing it." Lily's barely breathing, her wheezes so faint I can hardly hear them over my own pounding heart. The big paramedic shouts, "There's a dying kid here. Get out of the way." Karen just smirks, like she's winning some damn game. "Try me," she snaps. "This is harassment. I can't even process it." I stumble forward, Lily's weight dragging me down, and yell, "Karen, move your ass. She's dying." My voice cracks, raw and desperate. She spins on me, eyes blazing. "Oh, shut it, Mike. What? Your kid's got a little cough and now we all have to suffer. I need my sleep." A cough. I want to choke her. Lily's not coughing, she's suffocating, her tiny body fighting for every breath. The lady paramedic jumps out, marching toward Karen with murder in her eyes. "Last chance, lady," she says, voice low and pissed. "Move, or you're going to jail." Karen whips out her phone, waving it like a weapon. "Go ahead. I'm recording this assault right there. I'll have you fired." That's it, I snap. I set Lily down on the porch steps, her head lolling, and charge at Karen. "Move!" I roar, grabbing her arm. She screeches, flailing like I've stabbed her, and her phone hits the pavement. "Help! He's attacking me!" she wails, yanking free. The big paramedic barrels past, knocking her sideways with his shoulder as he runs to Lily. Karen stumbles, catching herself on the ambulance, screaming, "You can't do this! I'll sue you all. I don't care." I'm back with Lily, dropping to my knees as the lady paramedic, Jess, her tag says, slaps an oxygen mask on her face. The big guy's grabbing gear, shouting into his radio. Lily's eyes flutter, her chest barely moving, and I'm begging, "Please, is she okay?" My hands are shaking so bad I can hardly touch her. "She's hanging on," Jess says, her voice tight but steady. We gotta get her to the ER, oxygen's too low. I nod, tears burning, and scoop Lily up, following them to the ambulance. Karen's still out there, pacing like a psycho, live streaming her meltdown. This is an outrage. I pay taxes. I deserve peace. The big guy slams the driver's door, Jess hauls me into the back, and we're peeling out, swerving around Karen as she jumps back, still yapping. I'm holding Lily's hand, the mask hissing, the monitor beeping, and all I can think is, 10 minutes to the hospital. 10 minutes. She's gotta make it. Karen's voice fades as we pull away. I'll take this to the mayor. But I know she's not done. She's too stubborn, too full of herself. Inside the ambulance, Jess is hooking up in 4, her hands fast and sure. She's tough, she says, glancing at me. We'll get her there. I just nod, throat too tight to talk, staring at Lily's little fingers in mine. Back in the neighborhood, people are waking up. Old man Jenkins is on his porch, coffee in hand, squinting at Karen like she's lost it. What's she screaming about now? He grumbles. His wife, wrapped in a robe, shakes her head. Dunno, but she's gonna wish she hadn't messed with Mike's girl. They're right. Because as I sit here, watching Lily fight, something's burning in me. Karen didn't just screw up, she put my kid's life on the line for her damn ego. And I'm not letting that slide. This is war now, and she's got no idea what's coming. The ambulance ride was a blur. 10 minutes that felt like 10 years. I'm sitting there, squeezed in the back, holding Lily's hand, her tiny fingers cold and limp in mine. The oxygen mask is fogging up with her shallow breaths, and that damn monitor keeps beeping, each sound stabbing me in the chest. Jess, the paramedic, is hunched over her, messing with the 4, her face all focus and sweat. The big guy up front, think his name's Tony, keeps the pedal down, weaving through traffic, siren screaming. I'm just praying, hold on, baby. Just hold on. We hit the ER entrance like a battering ram, tires screeching as Tony slams the brakes. The back doors fly open, and it's chaos. Nurses and a doctor in scrubs swarm us, yanking the stretcher out. Jess is shouting stats, 8-year-old, severe asthma, O2 at 82, been down 10 minutes. And they're rolling Lily inside before I can even blink. I stumble after them, legs like jelly, yelling, I'm her dad, so they don't lock me out. Inside, it's all white walls and that sterile smell that makes your stomach turn. They wheel her into a bay, curtains snapping shut, and I'm stuck there, pacing like a caged dog. A nurse, short, curly hair, kind eyes, grabs my arm. Sir, we've got her. Let them work. You can wait right here. She points me to a row of plastic chairs, but sitting feels like giving up, so I just stand there, fists clenched, staring at that curtain. Minutes drag by, 5, 10, I don't know. My phone's buzzing in my pocket, but I ignore it. All I can hear is the muffled voices behind the curtain, the beep of machines, and every once in a while, a cough, Lily's cough. It's weak, but it's something, and I latch onto it like a lifeline. Finally, the doctor comes out, a tall guy with glasses and a clipboard. Mr. Carter, he says, voice calm but serious. Yeah, I croak. She okay? She's stabilizing, he says, flipping a page. It was close, her airways were almost shut, but the oxygen's helping, and we've got her on a nebulizer and steroids. We're admitting her for observation, probably a couple days. She's tough, though. You got her here just in time. I nod, relief hitting me so hard I almost collapse. Can I see her? Soon, he says. They're moving her to a room. Give us 20 minutes. He claps my shoulder and heads off, leaving me there, sucking in shaky breaths. She's gonna be okay. My girl's gonna be okay. But then it hits me, Karen. That lunatic almost cost me everything. The relief turns sour, and I'm pissed all over again. I slump into one of those chairs, finally pulling out my phone. 6 missed calls, a dozen texts, neighbors, mostly. Saw the ambulance, you okay? What's Karen doing now? Heard she blocked the road. WTF? I scroll through, jaw tight, and there's a voicemail from Jenkins, the old guy across the street. I hit play, and his gravelly voice crackles through. Mike, it's Bill. That damn woman's still out there, yelling her head off. Cops showed up, think she called em herself. You need anything, you holler. Click. Cops. I groan, rubbing my face. Of course she called the cops. She's probably spinning some sob story about how she's the victim. I can see it now. They assaulted me. They ruined my morning. I want to laugh, but it's not funny. Not when Lily's hooked up to machines because of her. I'm itching to get home and deal with this, but I'm not leaving Lily, not yet. 20 minutes later, the curly-haired nurse waves me over. She's in room 312. She's awake. Just keep it calm, okay? I nod, bolting for the elevator, my sneakers squeaking on the shiny floor. When I get to her room, Lily's propped up in this big bed, tubes in her nose, a mask dangling nearby. She looks so small, but her eyes light up when she sees me. "Daddy," she whispers, voice raspy. "Hey, baby," I say, forcing a smile as I sit beside her. I take her hand, careful of the four, and kiss her forehead. "You scared me bad." "Sorry," she says, so quiet I barely hear it. "Don't you dare," I tell her, squeezing her fingers. "You're the bravest kid I know." She smiles a little, and it's everything. We sit there, just breathing together, and for a minute, I can pretend the world's not falling apart outside. But it doesn't last. My phone buzzes again. This time it's my sister, Jen. I pick up, keeping my voice low. "Hey. Mike, what the hell's going on?" she says, loud enough Lily raises an eyebrow. "I just drove by your place. There's a cop car, and Karen's out there waving her arms like she's directing traffic." "Jesus," I mutter. "Lily had an attack. Bad one. Ambulance came, but Karen blocked it. She's fine now, in the hospital, but yeah, Karen's losing it." "She what?" Jen's voice goes shrill. "That bitch. I'm coming there." "No, stay with Lily," I say quick. "I gotta go back, sort this out." "Can you be here in an hour?" Yeah, I'm on it," she says. "You give that woman hell, Mike." She hangs up, and I'm already dreading the drive home. But I can't leave this mess hanging. Karen's not getting away with it. I stay with Lily till Jen gets there, her blonde hair a mess from running in. She hugs me hard, then shoos me out. "Go." "I've got her." Lily waves weakly, and I'm out the door, keys in hand, anger boiling up fresh. The drive back's a haze. I'm running on fumes, but adrenaline's keeping me sharp. When I pull into the cul-de-sac, it's a circus. 2 cop cars, lights off, parked by Karen's house. She's on her lawn, gesticulating at a pair of officers. One's a lanky kid who looks bored, the other's a stocky woman taking notes. Neighbors are out now, clustered in little groups, whispering. Jenkins spots me, hobbling over with his mug still in hand. "About time," he grunts. "She's claiming you attacked her," says the paramedics did too. "Cops ain't buying it yet, but she's loud. She stopped an ambulance." I snap, loud enough heads turn. "My kid almost died." "Tell him that," he says, nodding at the cops. "They've been asking for you." I march over, fists balled up. Karen sees me and starts yelling, "There he is! That's the one who assaulted me." The stocky cop steps between us, holding up a hand. "Sir, calm down," she says, voice firm. "I'm Officer Ruiz. We're sorting this out." "She says you grabbed her, true?" "Yeah, I grabbed her arm," I admit, glaring past her at Karen. "She was blocking an ambulance from getting to my daughter. Asthma attack. She's in the hospital now because this idiot wouldn't move." Ruiz raises an eyebrow, jotting that down. Karen shrieks, "He's lying. I was protecting my rights. That siren was illegal, noise ordinance." The lanky cop sighs. "Ma'am, emergency vehicles don't fall under that. We've told you twice." "Then he assaulted me," she insists, pointing her phone at me. "It's all here." "Put that down," Ruiz says, sharp. Karen huffs but lowers it. "We've got witnesses saying you obstructed the ambulance," Ruiz adds, glancing at me. "Paramedics filed a report too. This isn't looking good for you, ma'am." Karen's face goes red, and she starts sputtering, "This is a conspiracy. You're all against me." I almost laugh, but I'm too mad. Ruiz turns to me. "We'll need your statement. Can you come by the station later?" "Yeah," I say. "After I check on my kid." She nods, and they start herding Karen toward her house, her protests echoing. The crowd's buzzing now. Jenkins gives me a thumbs up, and Mrs. Patel from next door mouths, "Good luck." I head inside, collapse on the couch, and let out a long, shaky breath. Lily's safe, but this fight's just starting. Karen's not backing down, and neither am I.